Get off my fucking TV and save me the misery. And all you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. This is, of course, the #1 fucking podcast right here on YouTube.com, as well as iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, Audio Boom, and Google Play Music. Off the Script, episode 168, part number 3 for your Sunday afternoon, May 7th, 2017. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, man. You know, I am a big numbers guy. And I uploaded part 2 yesterday. Not one goddamn fucking ad. Part 1 had like 8 ads. A lot of you guys said that there was a plethora of ads in part 1 this weekend, where we talked about Sean Waltman's arrest and Charlotte being hacked, and Shinsuke Nakamura versus John Cena should happen at SummerSlam instead of at WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans next year. But yesterday's episode, I feel like, did not even hit sub boxes. I feel like maybe 10,000 of you, at least, did not even get a fucking notification that it was even live. Probably didn't even see it. Likes were down. Comments were down. There's no fucking way, the way this show has been progressing, that the numbers seem to be some of the worst I think I've seen in months for part 2. You know, YouTube is really, really frustrating, not only me, but several creators, man. There's just so much wrong. And I really don't know what to do, to be honest with you, because I feel like I'm getting fucked. You know, people are moving to Patreon only. People are supporting through Patreon and making Patreon-only content. People going to vid.me. People are going to other platforms, Twitch. You know? I honestly don't know what to do, man. I'm going to try and ride this out the best that I can. I really am. But we got the IRW network coming up on June 1st. That might, you know, stop the bleeding for a little bit, depending on how many people go over there. But this is ridiculous, man. I'm looking at the numbers, you know, right before I hit record to do part 3 this afternoon, and it sucks. It really just does suck. And I don't want to complain about it, because I should be fortunate where I am right now and what I have accumulated. But when you work and you take the time out of your day to upload a video and sit here for an hour in front of this microphone, in front of this camera, and give you guys content and not be compensated for it the way that you should, via the likes, the comments, the ad revenue, the subscribers, it's like, what the fuck am I doing? You know, I love doing this, and I'm gonna do it regardless. But it's like, how much more can you take? How much more can you take? And on top of how I'm feeling already, you know, and the fact that I really don't even want to record anything, that just fucking, you know, it just makes things equally as worse. So I don't mean to be a negative Nancy to start part 3. I just need to share some frustrations with you, man. So if you missed part 2, it's live. I'm going to leave you an annotation right in the exclamation point that you see right in the top right corner of your screen. Drop that down. Part 2 is live. We talk about Asuka and her undefeated streak in NXT, what the current plan is, what I think WWE should do as it concerns Asuka and her main roster debut, how I think they should use her on the main roster, and what the biggest match you could possibly do for WrestleMania with Asuka is. Because I do believe she will be on the main roster before WrestleMania season in 2018. But As you guys already know, this is Off the Script. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not following me on Twitter, at JDFROMNY206, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for the notification right down below if you guys want to be notified when Off the Script goes live on the channel. In the midst of this YouTube bullshit, you know, and I don't see why advertisers would not want to advertise on this channel. We don't do anything outlandish here, man. We talk wrestling. I am not a wrestler. I'm not showing wrestling content. I am a normal dude who is talking wrestling. But I guess I am not advertiser worthy, man. Maybe it's because I wear a fucking Braves cap. I don't know. Whatever the reason is, man, there's 4 great ways to support this podcast. The number one way is Patreon. Patreon.com/JDFROMNY206. Thank you guys for supporting and continue to support. We are, I believe, at 354 patrons right now. I'd love to get to 400 before the end of May, man. That's a quite possible goal. It's a feasible goal. I think we will get there. But if you guys want to support monthly, as little as $1 a month, you know, $1 a month spread amongst everybody that listens to this show, man, and you guys are good to go. You guys are unbelievable. You've done unbelievable work so far via the Patreon page. Thank you guys so much. Patreon.com/JDFROMNY206. Another great way is through Audible. Our friends over at Audible are offering you guys 30 days free to try their service out with 1 free audiobook of your choice. Over 180,000 books to choose from, compatible with iPhone and Android. A lot of wrestling-related content on there, man. AJ Lee, Crazy is My Superpower. Justin Roberts' book, I'm Hearing, is coming. You can even pre-order Jim Ross's new book coming out in October, which he narrates himself. Gonna be a good year for audiobooks, man. Sign up. audibletrial.com/offthescript. Go through the sign-up process. You get your free audiobook as a complimentary gift. If you guys end up canceling the service, you get to keep the audiobook no matter what, man. Once again, that's audibletrial.com/offthescript. Unbelievable way to support the show. And you guys are doing great so far in May, man. Let's keep that shit up. Barbershop Window. We are an official partner with Pro Wrestling Tees and, of course, Barbershop Window. 9 different designs for the Off the Script online shop, with a new one coming very, very soon. The new Charlotte Robot t-shirt. Hope to get that out very, very soon. $19.99. They ship worldwide, no matter where you are. And you're going to look great representing the best fucking podcast right here on YouTube.com. Make sure you guys go and check that out. barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. And if you guys are interested in LootCrate, LootCrate just recently dropped a ton of YouTube content creators for the promo box. So we're not getting any more LootCrate unboxings on Off the Script. But we did end up picking up a WrestleCrate one, which I talked about in yesterday's video if you guys want to go check that out. But I am still partnered with LootCrate, and my coupon code does still work. If you guys are interested in any Loot Crate products, man, they got an anime crate, they got WWE Slam crate, the regular Loot Crate, horror crate, I believe, whatever they got on there, man. You guys can try that out at trylootcrate.com/offthescript. Use coupon code JDFROMNY to save 10% off, man. So make sure you guys go and check that out. That's 4 unbelievable ways you guys can support this show in the midst of this YouTube ad bullshit until things finally get better for us content creators right here on the platform. I wanted to mention something else and it just slipped my mind. I don't know what it is, man. My mind is all over the fucking place right now. It'll probably come to me. It wasn't anything important, but it is what it is, man. If it comes to me, I'll mention it to you guys at the end of the show. We're going to get right into the news, man. There really isn't a lot of news to round out the weekend. And the biggest thing that I found is about the Hardys. The Hardys are now commenting on Impact Wrestling keeping the broken universe hostage. Apparently, Impact Wrestling and Anthem Sports and Ed Nordholm, they patented and trademarked Broken Matt Hardy, Brother Nero, Broken Universe, Vanguard 1, all the terminologies, all the names that come with Matt Hardy's creation, they trademarked as their own creation. This is ridiculous. Impact Wrestling and Anthem Sports are alienating so many fucking people from their product and driving their own talent away because of their own attitude and way they're handling this situation. If they're handling former talent like this, what does that speak for the current talent that is already there? It is absolutely ridiculous on their end. So we might be seeing WWE take Anthem and Impact to court, and at that point, there's no way for Anthem to win this thing. They're making a fool of themselves. Because Rebby and Matt repeatedly have said that they have patented and trademarked everything that comes with the Broken Universe. Everything. So fans now are worried and wondering when we will see the Broken Universe in WWE. Now, wrestling fans can undeniably see it. It's only a matter of time before Broken Matt Hardy becomes a reality in WWE. Though he still tends to alternate between Mattitude, Matt Hardy version 2.0, and the Broken gimmick. He's 42 years old, right? He's as popular as ever. He breaks out a delete. He breaks out an obsolete. He breaks out a wonderful. He shows those beautiful white teeth on television whenever he has a chance to. He uses his big words and makes references about his character all over the place on Twitter. He still has his signature broken look with the blonde streak through his hair. But with the ongoing legal issues with Impact, Matt and Jeff, the Hardy Boys, can't be broken as fans want them to be. The latest issue may involve Impact Wrestling allegedly going after Matt's wife, Rebby, Queen Rebecca, despite her being 8 months pregnant and no longer an employee of the company. Now, according to Wrestling Inc., the latest proof of this story that broke late this weekend with the relationship between Rebby and Impact Wrestling. Now, she took to Twitter, or TNA took to Twitter. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Rebby took to Twitter as always, because that's where she does most of her eye gouging and her berating of TNA, Impact Wrestling. This is what she said as Impact Wrestling and Anthem Sports are planning to take legal action against her. TNA, cut everyone's pay and lay off a bunch of people. Also, TNA, let's spend money to go after a woman who's 8 months pregnant and no longer works there. In relation to that tweet, Rebby also replied to a fan's inquiry about the Fuck That Owl t-shirt based on the tweet she sent out in March, where she took a shot at Impact Wrestling's new owl logo. She said about the t-shirts, they are no longer available, but after today, I might have to bring them back. Now, Matt has mostly been okay with keeping Broken Matt Hardy confined on Twitter and all his references to the gimmick on WWE television. But we can't see him physically with the music and the wardrobe and the attitude on WWE television full blown. Rebby has been very open on social media about her dislike for the company, and she and the Hardy Boys, they were the biggest thing in Impact Wrestling, and now it seems like Impact Wrestling are just a bunch of fucking salty fucks. And they don't know what good business is. Let this die. You're not going to go into TNA and find anybody to do the Broken gimmick. I don't understand the reason to trademark it. Are we going to see a Broken EC3? Are we going to see a Broken Josh Matthews? Are we going to see a Broken Eli Drake? A Broken Bobby Lashley? I mean, what is the point? What is the fucking point? Let these guys live their lives. Let these guys resume their careers. Impact is alienating so many people and embarrassing themselves to a point where nobody's ever going to want to work there. Nobody is ever going to want to work there. And after the current roster and their deals are up, who are they going to get to come in there and perform and wrestle with that type of business mentality? Nobody. Now, the thing that worries me most here is if WWE does take Impact to court. If WWE does take Impact to court over this thing and win, they own the full rights to the Broken gimmick. WWE does. Matt will be portraying Broken, but WWE will own it. How much leeway is WWE going to give Matt? How much creative freedom is WWE going to give Matt when this thing actually is done and over with? Is WWE going to allow Matt to fully embrace the gimmick, or are they going to dumb it down? Are they going to restrict him from doing things and saying certain things? You know, there's a wild rumor going out there that Vince McMahon doesn't understand the gimmick and that he really doesn't like the gimmick. If it was up to him, he'd push Jeff only. I don't think that's true. I know Triple H, in the midst of Matt being at the peak of his career with the broken gimmick in TNA, he was the one lobbying to bring him back and making him the focus. So you got to wonder if WWE wins this and they do take this to court, which I foresee happening. How much leeway are they going to give Matt? How much creative freedom are they going to give Matt to portray this on WWE television? You got to keep it in mind. Weeks before Matt and Jeff returned to the WWE and won the Raw Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania, Rebby had gone on an extended Twitter rant about Impact Wrestling, which she consistently refers by its former name. Now, according to Cage Side Seats, the rant mainly took aim at Impact executive Jeff Jarrett, stressing that her husband tried to be professional as possible only for the company to make a deal that turned out to be unsatisfactory for the Hardy Boys. Rebby Hardy's Twitter rant also accused Impact of going after her father, who played Broken Matt Hardy's gardener, Senor Benjamin, but allegedly didn't receive any money for his appearances in the Broken Universe skits, as he wasn't under contract with Impact. Matt tweeted on March 25th, 2017, "Well, you are accurate. Broken Matt Hardy is officially at Rebby Hardy and myself's licensed trademark as stated by the U.S. Patent Department." So, I don't see them just saying that just to say it. You know? If that's the case and TNA comes out this week and tries to trademark that when it's already trademarked by both Rebby and Matt, what is the fucking purpose? You're making yourselves look like a bunch of fools. I don't understand that. You know? Matt Hardy announced in late March that he and Rebby won all Broken Universe trademarks in response to Impact Wrestling's placement of trademark symbols on all Hardy Broken videos on their YouTube channel. But with the Hardy Boys returning to WWE at WrestleMania 33 just a week later, with no outright reference to their old gimmicks, it would seem that both WWE and Impact are still going back and forth on whether Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero can be used as WWE gimmicks or not. This was further underscored last week as Rebby dispelled rumors that WWE had finally succeeded in buying the Broken Universe gimmicks from Impact. She says, and I quote, "No, absolutely no truth to these rumors. The fact that this is even a rumor is such a joke. 99% sure it was leaked to stooge writers from Jarrett in an attempt to make TNA look like it's in a position of power. LOL." Additionally, there were reports earlier in the day that Impact Wrestling filed a trademark earlier in the day on Saturday, that Impact Wrestling filed trademarks late last month on several Broken Universe names and terms such as Broken Matt, Brother Nero, Broken Brilliance, and Vanguard 1. With these new developments, it does seem that the battle for the rights to be broken for Matt Hardy is going to rage on. But with WWE fans still bringing delete signs and chanting the word with matching gestures at every show, hopes remain high that Matt and Jeff can use their old gimmick from Impact Wrestling without having to be so subtle about it on Monday Night Raw. That is ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand what Impact is doing. I, at this point, would give up. I would give up. Matt tweeted recently, today, at 8:30 a.m., Matt recently responded to a fan saying that Impact is holding his creation hostage. Someone tweeted, "At Impact Wrestling, you know who loses out over the war to be broken. Not Matt Hardy or Jeff Hardy. Just you and the fans who resent you for it." Matt tweeted back, "Shows they do not care about the fans. At Ed Nordholm wants to keep my creation, the Broken Universe, hostage from the fans who wish to see it." So, Ed Nordholm, the executive vice president of Anthem Sports, and the company that owns Impact, are being a bunch of assholes who continue to remain salty. I don't understand it. Whatever the case is, if this goes to court, they stand no chance with WWE. If Matt and Jeff had already patented everything with the Broken Universe, and then Impact wants to follow suit saying that they patented it, this is going to get shitty. But really, Ed Nordholm, Impact, Anthem, they don't give a shit about the fans at all. They don't. I don't understand how they think they are running a good business. Nobody will ever want to go to Impact. I know if I'm a wrestler, or if I am in a position where TNA could hire me, being that I do work with House of Glory, and, you know, I'm in a commentary position and I could be brought on as an interviewer or be given a job, well, I wouldn't go to TNA. I would not go to TNA. I would much rather go to Ring of Honor. Fuck TNA. The way that they're doing business is ridiculous. They do not care about the fans. The fans are the people that make this sport and make this industry. Okay? Without the fans, you have nothing. Why are you taking away such happiness from the fans who want to see these guys succeed and be entertained on Monday Night Raw? Swallow your goddamn pride and just accept the loss here. Matt and Jeff didn't want to be with you anymore. It was because of your wrongdoing. You can't blame them for that. Get better with operating your business, and then maybe Matt and Jeff would have said, you know what, yeah, we want to stay another year in TNA. But they didn't, because you fucked them over. So now they want their creation. They want to go on to WWE and live out the rest of their career with people that actually care and with fans who want to see their creation. Let it be. Drop it. I hate that this shit is still ongoing. Absolutely ridiculous. It's like every other week there's something else. You know? TNA's just got to swallow their pride on this one. Let it go. Quick update on Emma. Emma was injured at a WWE event, being that WWE is overseas touring Europe. Monday Night Raw tomorrow will be taped. I don't like the tapings of Monday Night Raw. Though the crowds over there are great, I just don't like knowing that the show already happened before I watch it. I just don't like it. But Emma appears to have suffered some sort of injury at a live event in Liverpool, England. The referee in a match reportedly tossed up the X sign that usually is used to indicate a legit injury in a match. Emma was helped to the back but looked to be in a lot of pain according to fans in attendance. I don't know what exactly happened, but it looks like her shoulder or her elbow. It looks like from the picture I'm looking at right now, Sasha was doing her patented double knees to the gut off the second turnbuckle, and Emma looked to be, you know, just on the wrong end of a landing when she came down. So I don't know what happened with that. I'll keep you guys updated on that. She landed badly in the corner after Sasha dropped the double knees, and she had to be helped to the back. If I hear anything else, I will obviously update you guys on the situation, but I want to make sure you guys are aware of what is going on. Titus O'Neal, Titus Catering, is reportedly getting sued over a Swerved prank. Now, Swerved is that WWE prank show with the mastermind behind that MTV show. I forgot the name of it. You know, with those fucking, those clowns, Steve-O and Johnny Knoxville, Jackass. The mastermind behind that, Swerved, is that WWE show where the WWE superstars play pranks on one another in the backstage or in certain situations. Now, according to TMZ, Titus O'Neal is being sued by a cameraman after a prank on Swerved. As many fans know, it features, like I said, WWE superstars, and it's a version of Punk'd that is hosted by Ashton Kutcher. The report says that a man named Donald Anderson was hired to work as a cameraman on the show during its first season in 2015. Now, during an electric shock prank, Titus allegedly was pissed and kicked the camera out of Anderson's hand. He claims that he suffered serious injuries during the kick to his hand, fingers, and wrist. Also, he was told to leave the arena in fear of the possibility of further attacks by O'Neal. Anderson now is looking for $1.2 million in damages, according to TMZ. And so far, there's been no response from Titus himself on this situation. So, there you go. Father of the Year right there, Titus O'Neal. I mean, in 2015, man, attacks on your hand and your wrist. I'm sure this guy's okay. I don't know why this is even being brought up. I mean, do these people have anything else better to do in their lives? Now, listen, the guy could be really hurt. The guy could be really hurt, but How angry? We don't know how angry Titus O'Neal got here. This is all speculative garbage. You know, there's nothing but a fucking rumor. We don't know the condition, we don't know the situation and how exactly it happened. But if it did and Titus O'Neal's being sued, you better hire some more fucking catering, man. You gotta get some more guys in the back to fucking help you with Titus Catering, bro. Because that's a lot in damages. $1.2 million in damages. You better get to baking those cakes and frying those chickens, man. You fucking asshole, Titus O'Neal. Anyway, it's a rumor. Reportedly getting sued over a swerved prank. Ridiculous. AJ Styles, one of WWE's top stars, reacts. I don't even know why I'm reporting this, but I just want to make sure you guys are aware what even their top guys are thinking of Great Balls of Fire. AJ was recently interviewed by Inside the Ropes prior to WWE's live event in Scotland. AJ was asked about the new pay-per-view name. This was his reaction. Do we really have a pay-per-view called Great Balls of Fire? Wow. Is there going to be a piano? Is there going to be a hardcore match with pianos? That's all I could think of is pianos when I hear Great Balls of Fire, right? Come on, bro. Are you kidding me? Even AJ Styles doesn't even believe that Great Balls of Fire is a pay-per-view. But he doesn't have to worry. It's a Raw exclusive pay-per-view. He's saved from actually saying that in his promo work. God forbid, man. Now we got to sit through Michael Cole announcing Great Balls of Fire coming to the WWE Network for your free month to sign up. You can get Great Balls of Fire. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. New information on the women's tournament coming up. This is very exciting. New news from PW Insider and Mike Johnson, exclusive here from PW Insider Elite. It will begin sometime in the third quarter of 2017. No specific date is given yet. There will be 32 competitors involved. This will be similar to the Cruiserweight Classic, which had 32 participants. It will likely begin filming episodes in July at Full Sail University. Good. The episodes will be released in sets on the WWE Network instead of one per week. This I love. Because with the Cruiserweight Classic, after those first initial couple of episodes and after that first round, you know, we really got to see, you know what, this is going to be great. And you couldn't wait for the next week. You wanted to fucking watch it. You knew it was all taped. You knew it was all taped, but you couldn't wait to see the next week because you knew how great it was getting. It got better every fucking week. So they're doing it in sets now. Now, fans of Netflix will recognize this set model when they upload the entire season of a television show at once. The sets in WWE's case could be releasing the episodes by each tournament round. So if there's round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, they're going to release in sets. They'll probably release, you know, the tournament round 1, you know, and then the next couple weeks they'll do round 2, and the next couple weeks round 3, all the way up until the finals. Now, the finals will be a live network special. PW Insider and Mike Johnson tentative lists Tuesday, 8/29 as the date for the live network special. There will be a lot of focus on international talent like they did for the Cruiserweight Classic. There will be 8 to 10 episodes in total, and that is the round out for the women's tournament coming to the WWE Network. Man, I can't wait for this. I absolutely can't wait for this. I think it's going to be great, and I really think it's going to accelerate what they have vision-wise for the women's revolution, and I honestly think that WWE's women's wrestling is going to be spotlighted even more so, man. Probably bigger and better than ever with some of the talent that they get coming into this thing, man. As we reported yesterday on Off the Script, Asuka, you could go either way with Asuka, man. You could have her challenge the winner of this tournament for a match at a future TakeOver event. You could have her drop the title and make the title on the line for the women's championship, and by drop the title I mean forfeit the title, and she would remain undefeated as she gets promoted to SmackDown Live, which I think is the proper home for Asuka. But either way you look at it, man, Asuka, I believe, is going to play a part in this women's tournament. Now, Kairi Hojo, you guys are mentioning to me that she signed with WWE, I believe, under a 3-year deal. She's headed to the Performance Center. A lot of you guys came to me in yesterday's video in the comment section saying that she should be the one to challenge Asuka for the Women's Championship. I only know her. I don't know her history, so you guys have to forgive me, but I only know her from that one Lucha Underground episode in Season 3 where the Black Lotus Triad went against Pentagon all in the same night. And all three of those women were absolutely amazing. So, if that is any indication of what we are going to get coming on into WWE and NXT, we have a lot to be excited about, man. And that's going to be one of the biggest names in the women's tournament. And the fact that she is signed and may be one of the best women wrestlers in the world, if not the best right now, that's a huge get for WWE, and that's going to make the tournament all that much more special. Because a lot of us were going for Kota Ibushi in the Cruiserweight Classic. He was not signed. WWE might have a different thing and a different situation on their hands this year with them signing Kairi Hojo, and they couldn't do it for Kota Ibushi last year. They weren't going to give Kota Ibushi the Cruiserweight Championship and the win for the tournament because he wasn't a signed talent. We could be looking at a different situation right now with her winning the Women's Championship and the tournament from Asuka. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see. Some bullshit on Twitter, man. Triple H, I respect Triple H for what he's done as an executive in WWE. I love his mentality. I love his leadership. I love his mind. Okay? Some people might not, but I do. And I see his vision, and I'm for it. As of right now, I have very much enjoyed what Triple H has done outside of what, Raw and SmackDown is. Okay? Triple H is more hands-on with SmackDown, and you can see the result of that. On most weeks, it's better than Raw. Obviously, his work in NXT and the Cruiserweight Classic and the UK tournament. This is all Triple H's baby, man. Everything is Triple H's baby. This weekend, WWE's running shows in Norwich, England, titled UK Championship Live. It will feature competitors from the most recent WWE United Kingdom Championship Tournament, plus members of the 205 Live roster. The thing that has been catching fire is not the excitement about the shows and the excitement of the talent that's going to be competing on this live special. But the internet is upset because WWE is using lawn chairs for the event as seating. Like literal lawn chairs. So Triple H tweeted a bunch of pictures with him and his staff, him and Regal. He tweets last preparations for the hashtag UK Championship Show live in WWE Norwich. Feels like the beginning of at WWE NXT at Full Sail. So somebody who is a verified user on Twitter, Robbie Fox, he ats Triple H, he ats Full Sail University, and ats NXT. Are those lawn chairs, Paul? Triple H deaded this instantly, and this is exactly the fucking comment that I would give. And I'm going to end this report right here because this guy is a fucking retard. Why does it make any difference what chairs they use? I don't give a shit what chairs they use. I don't. Triple H says it's not about the type of chairs. It's about the fans in the seats and the action in the ring. You know how crazy that crowd is, and you know the type of caliber of talent that's going to be in that ring during this show. So, Robbie Fox, you win Goon of the Week along with Titus O'Neal for his fucking picture of Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman together. What a fucking goon. If that is all you care about, you have to prioritize yourself and just get your head on straight, bro. That is ridiculous that you even asked that question. Who cares? Who cares? Triple H made you look like a dumbass in fucking 2 sentences. Absolutely ridiculous. Robbie Fox. What a fucking clown. Rumors on Brock Lesnar's next opponent. I'm sure you guys know who it is. It's been talked about several times in the last couple of weeks. We won't get to see Brock Lesnar defend the Universal Championship until Great Balls of Fire, Raw's pay-per-view in July. And kudos to WWE for allowing the 30-day non-compete clause for their champion to just, exceed 30 days by 2 months. It was all for Naomi. She had to relinquish the title, though, right? But Brock Lesnar, bro, you can hold the title for 90 days. It doesn't matter. You're still champion without one defense, without one appearance. WWE does what they want when they want. And this is why we, as internet fans, just mock and criticize to no end. Because, if you're going to do it for one person, you got to do it for everybody. I understand he's Brock Lesnar, I understand he's Universal Championship, but be transparent with your fucking fans, please. You know? You want to bring up the rule when it sees fit, but with Brock Lesnar, he won't be defending the title till July, but he won it at WrestleMania. Are you kidding me? So, after not appearing at Payback, he is also not advertised for Extreme Rules. It's still possible that Brock could appear at Extreme Rules, but as of now, he won't be wrestling in a match. So, when Brock finally defends his title, according to Wrestling Observer Newsletter and Dave Meltzer, Braun Strowman is the likely first opponent for Brock at Great Balls of Fire. If this happens, it will also lead to a likely rematch at SummerSlam the month after. So let me get this straight. Braun and Brock are going to have 2 matches this summer for the WWE Universal Championship. You mean to tell me that Braun Strowman is not going to win the championship in 2 occasions against Brock Lesnar? What sense does that make? I don't understand that. I really don't. Braun is great. Braun Strowman is great, but I have a feeling this is going to be one of those situations where it's the wrong time, wrong situation for Braun Strowman to be getting into right now. Wrong place at the wrong time type of deal. Because if you're going to have him be built up as a monster over Roman Reigns, clearly he's going to have to be, on that same level, if not better, when he goes one-on-one with Brock Lesnar. I mean, WWE could, theoretically, if they want, because I've stated this before. Brock Lesnar's first run as WWE Champion, when he beat John Cena at SummerSlam and held it all the way till WrestleMania, in that match with Roman, when Seth cashed in, that made sense. I did not mind that. There was not many people in WWE worthy of a championship match against Brock Lesnar. Cena and Rollins were really the only 2. If you really think about it, and then WWE wanted to push Roman Reigns, which ended up being a great match. But Seth Rollins in the end got the championship after cashing in, which started his run at the top. That was great. This situation right now, where you have Brock as the champion on Raw, you have Seth, Roman, you have Finn, you got Bray, right? WWE wants to push Jeff's solo. You got more people vying or could vie for the title than you did last time Brock had the title. And I mentioned this, I honestly believe and Braun, 6 men. You're holding the title captive from 6 men on Monday Night Raw because Brock Lesnar holds that title. I understand the only outcome from Goldberg was for him to win the title, but honestly, if I am booking this, I have Braun Strowman win the Universal Championship. I do. I have Braun Strowman win the Universal Championship from Brock Lesnar, and in typical WWE fashion, right? He's not going to get the best of Braun Strowman now. He's not. And I don't think he should be positioned to be put over Braun Strowman. They're going to have an Extreme Rules match. This feud is far from over. This is going to be a long-winded feud, man. Strowman and Roman are ideal rivals here. They are ideal rivals. A win over Roman at Extreme Rules will do nothing negative as far as Roman Reigns goes. It will only enhance Braun Strowman. Rumor has it that it might be a stretcher match, an ambulance match at Extreme Rules, because the name of the pay-per-view will call for some type of stipulation. Roman doesn't have to be pinned at Extreme Rules. He could, again, lose and be on the receiving end of a loss from Braun Strowman. He won't be pinned. He was pinned at Payback, but he was only 50%. He wasn't a full Roman. Okay? And WWE made that well aware to everybody watching. But if Braun beats Roman again, and you're going to schedule 2 matches against Brock, you're going to have Braun win one of those matches. You're going to have Braun Strowman win the title. And then when Roman is healthy towards the end of the year, I say, in typical WWE fashion, Roman then couldn't get the job done this time, but in the end, when he's all healthy and fucking coming back, making that Superman comeback, Roman would be the one to take the title from Braun Strowman at the Royal Rumble. I think that is what should be. Because it makes sense. Braun fucked over Roman at the Royal Rumble this year in his match with Kevin Owens. He ruined Roman's chances from winning the Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble this year. What better way and what better payback would it be for Roman to beat Braun at the Rumble in 2018 and win the Universal Championship from the man that cost him the title this year at the Royal Rumble? You know what? I'm going to say this right now. You know what, WWE, you know what? Hey, bro, pay me. Pay me, bro. I can book your show better than anybody you got on that fucking roster, bro. Seriously. Is this Vince Russo? No, bro. This is JD. Come on, man. A fucking idiot could see this. An idiot could book this. And I just came up with this right now. I have no notes here. I take no notes for this show except for what I see in my notepad on my computer. That's the way you got to do it. Because right now, Brock Lesnar is holding the title captive from 6 people. I think that's the best way to go about it. And then, with Roman holding the title, because you know they want Roman holding the championship going into WrestleMania, you could do several things here. Roman versus Joe, Roman versus Balor, Roman versus Hardy, Roman versus Wyatt, something. You could do anything at that point. You know? I like that idea. Let me know what you guys think. WWE has been pushing Braun Strowman to the moon as of late. He is currently involved in a feud with Roman Reigns, and the rumor is that the two will face off at Extreme Rules. Strowman vs. Brock was teased by WWE after WrestleMania when they went face-to-face in the ring on Raw. Strowman eventually backed away, but it was clear that they would be seeing each other again. Braun is legit. I even discussed with Justin LaBar on Wrestling Reality this week as I was his special guest for a 15-minute segment. He asked me, is Braun Strowman the next Brock Lesnar in terms of his aura as a must-see attraction? Yes, he is. He is. Because Braun is unpredictable. Braun has made himself must-see with his unpredictability. To me, Roman, to the goons, might be the #1 guy on Monday Night Raw. No, he's not. The way Braun has been positioned and booked, Braun is the #1 guy on Monday Night Raw. He is the most must-see thing every week on Monday Night Raw. And as far as him being compared to Brock as a must-see attraction, you put Braun and Roman in the ring without a title on the line, it feels legit. They are perfect partners with one another in the ring. They bring a big fight feel to a match because that is what Roman and Braun do. Can you imagine the legit aspect that Braun brings to a match with a regular WWE superstar? Can you imagine what he would bring to a match with Brock Lesnar? That is a must-see attraction. Braun is legit. That would be one of 2 of the most legit fights that WWE could book for their program. Seriously. I'm excited for that, just based on what Braun has done and the unpredictability of Braun. And I think the way I just positioned everything, with the storyline and the long-term planning here for that, I think that is what should happen. I think Braun, as we leave SummerSlam, should be your new Universal Champion. Hold it till Royal Rumble, have Roman beat him there. It makes sense. That way, Roman can go against anybody at WrestleMania. You know, we could get Brock versus Joe at WrestleMania. Come on, bro. Simple. Simple. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go a step further. Because I got ideas flowing through my head right now. I'm going to go a step further. If you want Finn Balor to get back in the Universal Championship title picture, Finn can win the Royal Rumble. Because I know WWE, somebody in WWE, sees that as a marquee match. Roman as the champion versus Balor the challenger at WrestleMania. Because Roman, when he lost to Balor, on that first night that Balor made his debut, I will be seeing him again. What better way to see him again than at WrestleMania for the title that he never lost? Roman versus Balor for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. You got Broken Matt versus Bray Wyatt for WrestleMania. Braun versus, you got Brock versus Joe at WrestleMania. Come on, man. Those are 3 WrestleMania matches right there. Then you could do Braun versus Jeff at WrestleMania if you want to, coming out of Monday Night Raw. Come on, man. Look at how easy that is. Those are WrestleMania-worthy matches right there. Those are WrestleMania matches I paid for, on top of what you're going to get on SmackDown. On top of what you're going to get on SmackDown. Nakamura versus Styles, right? You're going to have the Women's Championship that I would have Asuka versus Charlotte. Women's Championship on Raw. Sasha versus, well, actually, no, I don't know. I don't know what it could be on Raw, but, you know, it could be a mixture of Sasha versus Alexa, you know? Sasha versus Bayley. Whatever you want to do, bro. Whatever you want to do. I'm going to scale it back. Those are just some preliminary ideas. But, again, I think Braun Strowman coming out of it should be the Universal Champion on Monday Night Raw. I really do. I think Brock is great, but I think right now is a wrong time, wrong situation for Brock Lesnar to be holding that title captive when you have probably the best main event scene that you had in a very long time on Monday Night Raw. Give it to somebody who is active and let that main event scene thrive. But don't have it come at the cost of dropping the Intercontinental Championship down to being non-existent. You got to keep both titles in the spotlight. Braun Strowman needs to be the Universal Champion coming out of SummerSlam. That's what I think is best for Monday Night Raw. Gonna end this weekend's Off the Script with this one, guys. Ember Moon, one of my personal favorites in all of the women's division of WWE. Ember Moon pulled out of upcoming title match for NXT TakeOver Chicago, which is surprising news to me because I thought the injury angle on NXT TV this week was just that, an injury angle. But apparently, she's been pulled from the Fatal 4-Way with Ruby Riott, Nikki Cross, and Asuka at TakeOver Chicago. Now, the Wrestling Observer newsletter is reporting that Ember Moon has been pulled from the show and is no longer advertised for TakeOver. This confirms recent reports that she was injured wearing a sling at the WWE Performance Center and jeopardizing her status in the match. Cage-Side Seats reported that the spot where Asuka threw her out of the ring and she very awkwardly landed may have been displayed as a storyline injury, but it looked legit. I went as far as to say I thought, obviously, it was a storyline injury, and it looked like a storyline injury. It didn't look like Ember Moon was all that injured the way she landed. You got to go back and watch it, but she was flung like a dart right through the second rope, and hit herself on the steel barricade. No part of her shoulder hit the barricade. It was her hand that smacked against the barricade. And then she landed. The landing probably had to do with what occurred with the injury. Because the initial throw, I don't think really did anything. And they cut away. We didn't see Ember crying. We didn't see Ember taken away. The last thing we seen was Nikki Cross crawling underneath the bottom rope, laughing at Ember Moon, injured on the ground. Now, moreover, this may have been the reason why her arm is now in a sling, as she was reported to be crying and in a lot of pain as she went backstage after that segment, although there was no projection of who was going to win the title match at TakeOver. Moon may have been the person who had the best chance of winning the championship due to her momentum in the company being so high. It is obvious that WWE is trying to conceal the injury seemingly for the sake of protecting Ember Moon. The state of WWE's Women's Championship is exciting, as names such as Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, Liv Morgan, and Sonya Deville are gaining popularity, and Ember Moon cannot afford to be out for an extended period of time, as other competitors are waiting to be ascended higher in the ranks and to take her spot. I'm going to say this for TakeOver Chicago. I think WWE is putting on a front here. I don't think Ember Moon is hurt. I think WWE wants to make you think that Ember Moon is hurt. That's what I'm going to say. I think by the time we see TakeOver Chicago, I think Ember Moon is going to come out and build that babyface sympathy. They're going to book Ember Moon out of this match for the next 2 weeks. They're going to proclaim she's not in the match. They're going to do something to make you feel sympathetic for Ember Moon here. And I think when we get to TakeOver Chicago, she's going to be like, fuck this shit. We're going to see her not in a sling, and we're going to see her compete, and we're going to see that arm being targeted by Asuka. We're going to see her being beat down, and we're going to have her have a babyface come back and try to win this match. That's what I think is going to happen. Because if it's just Nikki Cross and Ruby Riott, I don't see Asuka losing the title to Nikki Cross or Ruby Riott at this stage of the game. I don't. I think WWE wants to build up that babyface sympathy for Ember Moon, and that's exactly what we're going to get come TakeOver Chicago. I could be wrong, but if I'm WWE, you know, I would book it that way, because if Ember Moon was really hurt, we would have had a status on her injury already. Somebody would have picked up on it, and we would have known about it almost instantly, a day or two after it actually happened. Remember, this is a taped show. The fact that they're now just talking about it because we just seen it on television speaks to me as if it's just a storyline injury and they're building Ember Moon up for a babyface comeback at the pay-per-view. She's going to go against all the odds, and she's going to enter the match against doctor's orders and try and win the championship that way. Whether she wins it or not remains to be seen, but at least she will put on a valiant comeback in heroic fashion, trying to overcome what seems to be a devastating shoulder injury. That's just my take on it. Let me know what you guys think about that. But right now, according to Meltzer, according to the Observer, Ember Moon is pulled and not in the TakeOver Chicago Women's Championship match. Scheduled to be a fatal four-way. Right now, it's looking like a triple threat match with Asuka, Ruby Riott, and Nikki Cross. That is Off the Script, episode 168, part number 3. Thank you guys so much for all your support this weekend. If you did indeed miss part 1 and 2, links are in the annotation you see on the screen. They are live on the channel right now. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Subscribe to the YouTube channel down below. JDFROMNY206 on YouTube.com. Hit that bell for the notification. Patreon.com/JDFROMNY206 if you guys want to pledge monthly to the show, to the channel. In the midst of this YouTube ad boycott, thank you guys for your Patreon pledges, shout-outs, and more shout-outs coming on Friday's episode of Off the Script 169. If you guys want to get your sub-stories in, email me, jdfromny206@yahoo.com. If you guys want your t-shirts, barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. If you guys want your LootCrate subscriptions, try lootcrate.com/offthescript. And finally, if you guys want to support, one of the best ways to do so is through Audible. Our friends at Audible, audibletrial.com/offthescript for your free audiobook. 30 days to try their service out. No charge to you, absolutely free. Thank you guys for everything. Hit that thumbs up. Actually, smash that motherfucker. Smash that thumbs up. And I will see you guys right back here on Off the Script next Friday. This is JD. Hope you enjoyed the show. Available on iTunes as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to the iTunes version of Off the Script. And I will see you guys next week for episode 169 of the #1 fucking podcast. Right here on YouTube.com for everything WWE. This is Off the Script. Have a great Sunday, guys, and I'll see you next week for episode 169.